wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
It's been happening for a while now, but is it revenge is a dish best served cold? It's like that, but I'm not getting vengeance on people. I'm getting I told you so's. And I got another I told you so to add to the increasing list of I told you so's where in my past, people are like, and I was like, but that doesn't make sense what you're saying. Well, you must hate black people if you do it that way. I don't know what a balanced budget amendment has to do with that, but okay. And so it became real apparent this past year. A lot of good things paid off. And not only were things paying off, but I started to see the cool kids who knew everything or the common sense wisdom or those people just fail in some regards. And so another little one came and I thought it was high time to give pass you youngins advice. I can't pass old people advice. It's too late for old people are about to die. They've wasted you. You young kids. It's amazing how they used to say, whatever's right isn't necessarily popular, but whatever's popular isn't necessarily right. They said that. Then no one followed it. Said, well, are we going to do the right thing? Oh, fuck no. So let me go through a couple items here and then for you younger kids, because what's going to happen when you're younger, I don't know, I hate to call it something as simple as peer pressure, but when you're younger, you're going to get a ton of advice from fucking normies. Normies, conformies, and inferiors, you're going to get this shit advice from people who want you to be popular, want you to fit in, have ulterior motives to you, not your best interests at heart, too fucking lazy to give you the right advice or anything like that. Or how dare you not, go against the narrative, that type of thing. And when you're young and stupid and it's the adults in your life, the teachers, the parents, the guidance counselors, everyone's saying, well, you really ought to do this. And you dare to say no to them. Oh shit, look out. You're like Lester Burnham in American Beauty. Everyone wants to kill you. How dare you not do what we told you to do? How dare you get out of your role? And how dare you think independently, do things in your own best term interests? But one thing that I am thankful in hindsight that I was one of the biggest nerds in my school and one of the least popular kids, if you could imagine that, is that it taught me early on not to give a flying fuck what these assholes thought. And that independent thought actually has served well down the road. But let me go over a couple instances here and show you because I like to brag. I want to do a victory lap, right? I have had, I have had several people now say, yeah, you were right about me being an evil fascist Nazi dictator. What did you actually advocate National Socialism or fascism as an economic or political policy? No, I just wanted low taxes and voted Republican. Now, all those people, ooh, you bad, mouth, they're all like, oh, they burned our buildings down. Oh, you were right. You were right. Oh my God, you see what the teachers are doing to our kids? I can't believe it. Why don't you homeschool them? Whoa, wait, give up my job? Wait a second. Never mind, you haven't learned your lesson enough. But on what I thought was a pretty key and important issues, like, I don't know, the success of the entire country and getting everyone out of poverty, making everyone as rich as possible. I thought that was noble. No, apparently I didn't do it. Oh, make everyone as poor as possible and treat everyone like little babies and give everyone welfare. And if I don't do that, somehow, I want to kill black babies. Somehow that connected. And even people getting angry at me. remember one guy, and if it wasn't illegal, he would have absolutely punched me, that I dare suggest that there be school vouchers or school choice. Yes, he was an education major. Yes, he was a teacher. Yes, his wife was a teacher. And yes, they do have children in this shit public school district that I won't mention. Uh-oh, now they're paying a price. And so just seeing everyone's little socialist 19, 20-year-old college utopian Democrat politics just fuck them in the ass. And they actually are paying like one guy I know, they raised my property taxes again. You voted for that, right? You vote? You did? Oh, okay. Just want to make sure. Still living there, right? Okay, good. Good on you there. But that was one. That was one where my not even decision, it was just an empirical insistence. Like, no, free market politics is usually the free market economies. Republican policies are better than Democrats. Not saying they're perfect. All great ones going to get upset about that. But it was nice, like, oh yeah, that whole free shit, no matter how popular and cool and edgy it was to say on the college campus, because that's what all the smart kids did from the suburbs. Oh, how is that going with it? Oh yeah, a little crime making out there. Every day I need attention. Little trouble in paradise. That's too bad. It's just too bad. Another one related. When I was like, I'm out of Minnesota. Well, it's not that bad. There's some good people here. Rah, 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 rah. I even had a little bit like when I bought the place in South Dakota. Like, we're moving to South Dakota, and the GF, understandably, family friends. Also, like, oh yeah, yeah, we did the right thing. I'm like, yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah, sad to see it go. Oh, well, come on. And then these Minnesota zealots. Good, we don't want your kind here. Have fun with the burning buildings. Bye. And it's not that anyone really gave me that much guff, but the amount of complainers who still stay where they are, whether it's Minnesota or California or New York. At least Californians move out. At least they do. It's kind of I took action. That decision really, that aged quickly. That aged very quickly, like a fine Scotch getting out of Minnesota. Arnie left his shithole. And you're moving further away, parents. We're out of here. That proved to be, well, that was a short-term one. Long ago, remember the girlfriend I had when I just started my blog, she didn't like my blog. You're so negative. I don't like it. Look at me now, bitch. Hey, look at this. Working from home. Doing whatever I want now. All because that blog started. I'm Apple. What was it? Devil's Advocate. Not Robert De Niro. Al Pacino. But come on now. Guns blazing. Hoo-ha. And I didn't know if it was going, oh, you really ought to. You. I'm like, no, I think I can. I'm going to do this. Oh, here we are now. Look at this ridiculous shit going on. Yeah, who would ever saw Asshole Consulting coming? Yes, I am bragging. There's going to be a point. And I had to go another one. And if I sat down and figured it out more, I could come up with 100 others. A banker, not a banker I worked for or worked with. Although certainly every one of those dumbass motherfuckers. Holy shit, did my choices not to approve, so I couldn't approve loans, to poorly rate some loans. Man, did I get validated in spades on that one. But there's this other banker, this bald fat fuck, used to be on the dance scene. He just never liked me. I never did anything to this guy. And I was just talking with a group of people. Say, yeah, I started doing these finance classes, like basic stuff, 401k. I was like, you shouldn't be doing those. You're not qualified. You can't do those. Look at this guy. So, like, 2 years go by, and my finance classes actually did really well, and I got a contract to teach. I mean, I did a good job. People liked it. I was making good money. I mean, if we prorate it would definitely be over 6 figures by now. I remember going on like, hey, remember how I was a little tipsy, man. I say, hey, do you remember how you said I shouldn't do that? Like, I wouldn't be any good at it. Like I'm like the last guy qualified. Yeah, let me tell you how much money I made on that. This is boomer cocksucker. Like a 50-year-old man, you know? Like, shouldn't you, what is this? Middle school? You trying to one up? What is this? That's all you had. You know how Zillennials like to post Elmo going? You know that meme? Well, I just like helping poor people with other people's money. And if you want to like murder little black babies, well, if you like being a fascist and you want to kill all the Jews, like that was their argument. Like that's the same kind of thing he did. What else? Oh, and then it was also like never getting married, not having kids. Woo! Did that one age well? Hot diggity. Look at that. Family, friends. And then just watching, not necessarily within my own family, although I guess that too, where the people who did the popular thing, the thing everyone approved, I like that don't make no sense. And now here we are. And I'm like, oh, are they having a little trouble over there? Is that? Oh, that's too bad. I said, oh, they did the thing that everyone said that they should do. And I said, no, that's a bad idea for these reasons. And oh, I'm the bad guy. Is that, even something I'll be perfectly is scaring the daylights out of my parents. Like, I'll let you die in a ditch. You're going to cover yourself. Holy shit. I hear stories from other friends and colleagues where their parents are hoarders. Their parents don't have good finances. My parents, God bless them, they cleaned out the houses. Here's the will. Here's where the documentation is. See, we're cleaning out the house. Yeah. I'm working. We're getting exercise. We're staying healthy. We're not. We don't have. What's it called? The one I'm really worried about is dementia and Alzheimer's. Like, you better not get that. You better read the newspaper. Go talk to something. And my old man comes out. We go hiking. He can keep up. It's like, look at that. Yelling and being angry at people works. Telling people uncomfortable truths results in action. And the point I'm trying to make to you youngins out there, you kids out there, is especially when you're young and you're in the thick of it, and you have your elders and the authority telling you a certain way it should be. If it doesn't smell the sniff test, if it smells like bullshit, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Because you got to understand, the vast majority of Americans are failures. They're losers. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have adequate savings for retirement. How many of them are rich? Like, that'd be one thing. Unless you were say, dude, I totally screwed up my finances. Don't do it the way I did. Okay, I'll listen to that guy because he's telling me not to screw up like he did. But especially parents giving you financial advice when they themselves are just lower middle income. People giving you career advice when their careers are going shitty. Guys giving you dating advice when they haven't touched a hoo-ha in a long time. Or just a career educator. Or just simple self-interest. And that's the one that pissed me off. Well, I'm like, no, actually, this is in my best interest. I think I got to leave. I don't want to be hanging. Oh, you'll regret it. Oh, why? Yeah, I think I want to hang out with a bunch of self-loathing white people who just want to jack up everyone's taxes and make this a really shitty place to live. Oh, what are you gonna? Bye. See ya. Bye. Wait a minute. Why is traffic so bad? We got some trains though. We're not only are they trying to stop you from doing what's in your best interest or just pointing out the truth, but then shaming you if you didn't get along with the popular game. I hope you all. I used to go with get fucked in the ass by a cactus. Not that, no, absolutely not. I just hope you keep living your life. Hope you keep living your life because Marco, if you, and it. I wish we could get to the younger people somehow, and I guess we'd have to take some kind of strategic marketing efforts because you're going to make bad decisions early on. given the guidance that you're going to get from the vast majority of adults and your peer groups well into your 20s and 30s. And we could just get you like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to my guidance counselor. I had someone say their guidance counselor tried to get them to give up a degree at engineering, full paid scholarship at Stanford University engineering, and go to the University of Minnesota for some other bullshit. Because I think they claimed that the University of Minnesota had a better system or program. Like, no, they do not. At least there's sun in California. And it'll drive you insane to be like, but this is right. How is what you're saying makes any sense? I don't get it. And if I don't go along with you, I'm a bad guy or I'm a bad gal. I hate children or whatever it is. Or being impolite, like, hey, maybe some people ought to lose some weight. All of a sudden, people are like, oh, what is that diabetes like? How is it losing one's foot? That must be fun. And for what it's worth for you young people out there are going to be so many people that are going to pressure you to do what's popular, to think the popular way, to serve their interest and not yours, to ignore your interest and ignore your own eyes. That if you make these decisions, they're not all going to pay off like that. Some did. That douche canoe should be teaching classes 2 years later. Hey, I made a lot of money. Fuck you. Or the housing crisis. That came up rather quick. It only took 3-4 years in banking career to like, oh, the FBI is here. And how many people got fired? Where'd my boss go? Oh, he took a leave of absence? You don't say. Some of them are a little longer term, kind of like where you're going to live. Like, I got to get out of here. Your family, you can't leave your mother. Yeah, I can. Getting the hell out of here. Have fun. Bye. Because not all of them have an immediate payoff, and therefore that's why your decisions should age like Scotch. Like 20, 30, 30 years pretty old for a Scotch, for those of you who don't drink. Some of them pay off 10, 15, 20, 25, sometimes 30 years later down the road, and you don't realize it at the time. But if I can just say, yeah, if your bullshit detector goes up, well, you really, business schools, you really ought to get your MBA. Fuck you. Couldn't get a job. Like, that was a big thing when I was younger. Like, I couldn't feel, it was a big decision for me. I was tortured by the decision. Like, well, I did everything right. I got nearly straight A's and I put myself through college. I got 3 internships, and now they're saying I get an MBA. When I'm like, and there I was just as close to getting one as not, because I didn't know there wasn't me around. There was not a pissed off angry man on the internet yelling and cursing. It was by luck I didn't go, and thank God I didn't. But can you sit down? Sit down. You guys ready for this? The business professors said I should have gotten an MBA. They were all like, well, you should consider getting an MBA. I still insist the way we can actually provide a little bit of student debt relief is we repossess all the property of all the professors for the past 25, 30 years, and we liquidate it, and we use that to bail the students out. That's what we should do. I'd love that. Or that might violate some rules and laws. But there you go. Just long game. Scotch. And man, does it feel good when you're right. Does it feel great? I made bad decisions before come to bite me in the ass. There's no doubt about that. But the ones where I was like, am I crazy? Does no one else see this? Ooh. Especially to see them suffering, to see them in pain, especially if they have children and their politics have punished their children. Oh, is that? I feel bad for the kids. I do. The kids are innocent. It's like, oh, you wouldn't listen before, but now that your children are suffering at your own hand, I bet you listen now. And then to see them like have to admit that they were wrong. What's more important there, guys? Making it seem like you're right, or how do I want it? What's more painful, your children suffering or admitting you're wrong? Which is more painful? Want to know? And some of them will choose their pride over their own children. Oh, they're just fine. They're just fine getting the shit kicked out of them in the crappy public school. Well, that's that. All right, let's go to the super chats before we have ourselves a treat. Artful Clone, $5. Just want to get comfortable cold approaching girls. I realize there aren't any girls worth approaching. Oh, Wells, Nevada, that is. Wells, Nevada. There's no one there. Wells, Nevada? Are you in a mining town? What? North of Ely? Oh, there's Elko. Yeah, what? I think there's Bordello. I'm not kidding. I think those are the only ladies you have in Wells. It's cheaper. Nonstop Dre 360, $2. Did your decision of Carlson and beating dogs age well? No, the decision to go to Carlson School of Management that rotted in about 5 years. That did not. I figured that was a bad decision. And I do not beat dogs. I train dogs. I discipline dogs. I do not beat dogs. Artful Clone, $5. Just read your book of numbers. Thought it was too optimistic. Wow, really? You thought that was too optimistic? To be honest, laughed out loud. It was a good read while visiting parents in a liberal shithole town. Right. There's a perfect example. Your parents ever going to move? Ken Rose, $1. Thank you, Ken. He has nothing to say. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy will let parents suffer in an old folks' home. Yeah, I will. Choices have consequences, but threats results in production. I didn't threaten anything. Just like, I'll let you suffer at your own hand. I won't do anything. Like, I'm not going to push you in the ditch. I will do nothing. It's amazing when people realize, oh crap, all I got is myself. All of a sudden, all the excuses go away. Not that my parents ever did that. They weren't. They're not the excusing type. I just I'm like, and I am. I like look at my folks compared to some others. Like they are Johnny on the spot. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, all right, go parents. You're awesome now. All right. Ass Bucket, $5. My boss's kids go to the U of M. They say the people who attend the Carlson School of Management, you say business, it's management, are the worst. Business major, bro. Yeah, the Carlson School of Management is just shit. It's just shit. Accounting majors are fine, but everyone else is just shit. Ass Bucket, man, what, you just tune in? Ass Bucket, $2 again. But do they ever admit they are wrong? Well, I don't care if people admit they're wrong. Especially because their decisions will catch up to them. I'm trying to think. I must have had plenty of people say I was a mean guy for telling them not to major in dumb shit. I mean, the number of I told you so. I mean, how many times does just a simple not Democrat? You don't have to be some conservative Republican, just some not Democrat. Like, yeah, that's kind of bad if you don't. Shut up, racist, sexist, homophobe, blah blah blah, fascist. That's your standard go-to. No, I don't think most people will admit they're wrong, which means they will forever suffer their bad decisions. Artful Clone, $5. My boomer parents live in a 3,800 square foot house in a liberal shithole. Told them today I won't be able to help them with the mortgage when they retire next year. Rough day. That's exactly it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And you are going to be thankful you had the balls to do that, to stand up to a lie. And that's essentially a lie. They're hoping they're lying like, well, you'll take care of us, right? No, I won't. Absolutely will not. And 3,800 square foot house, that's ridiculous. For two people, that's ridiculous. They could sell it and go buy a small house. Why do they have a mortgage at that age when they're retiring? Retiring with a mortgage. Shame on you, people. Shame on you. Unless you got it at 2% or 2 point something percent. Then I'm like, okay, I get it. Nonstop Dre 362 bucks. Have a fuck you, pay me attitude towards society helps. Absolutely. Absolutely. All this wishy-washy advice and bullshit and what you should do. And how if you don't do that, it's the wrong. You're not cool. You're not right. You're a bad bitch. Shut up. Just shut up. Fuck you, pay me. Nonstop Dre, $2, the great one. And I still think you're too optimistic. You know what? He is more pessimistic than me. Are you that pessimistic though, Dre? You're overseas. You're having a good time. You got the GI Bill. You're not poor, and you don't have no other woman's kids. You're not raising some other man's kids. You're doing all right. Trusty Rusty, $5. Missed this live, but men being some product that comes off the line hits home. Missed this live, but men being some product that comes off the line hits home. I mean, some kind of product that comes off the line hits home. Men being like we're mass produced is what you're saying? You lost me there, Trusty. Leslie, $5. I set up a dating profile a couple weeks ago at 51. 180 men have viewed my profile and 30 of the 180 have liked it so far. Is that really bad? Oh, Leslie, you're a girl. Oh, I thought you were a guy. You're going to make like, are there that many gay guys? And setting up a dating profile a couple weeks ago at 51. 180 men have viewed my profile and 30 of the 100 have liked it so far. Is it really that bad? Well, let's be honest. You're 51. I'm just going to assume most of your youth and beauty is gone. You're no longer an attractive woman. Now, is it possible you've kept yourself in phenomenal shape at 51? Yeah. And I'd have to take a look at, like, if you want to send me a couple pictures, normal pictures. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. If you set your age range, I don't think, out of the 180, I don't think most of them are 20 something guys. So I'm going to assume but most guys want younger, thinner, high. Well, I don't know if I can't say you're thinner. They want younger women. That's just what did you think was going to happen at 51? I mean, we like you. I love you here, but you're 50. Now, if you put in the effort and you're in shape and, you do your hair and all that, you should be able to get more than 30 out of 180 guys to like you. And if that's the case and you did keep yourself in shape, and this is like, I don't know, but like I say, older web dating site, then I would say there's something wrong with the numbers. Like, that's not you then. Like, if you kept yourself an attractive 51-year-old woman and only 30 out of the 108, there might be something wrong with the guys, or maybe most guys don't. Okay, so 30 out of the 180 have liked it so far. What if the remaining 150 thought you were attractive? They just didn't bother giving you a thumbs up. Like, not everyone who watches my videos who like it gives me a thumbs up. A minor fraction does. So in other words, what I'm saying, that doesn't, you have 30 likes up, but that doesn't mean you got 150 downs. It's just 150 people didn't weigh in. And I don't even know what dating system you're on right now, but it's one of those two things. It would be great. Here's just so you know, if you put in the work and you keep in shape and you're hot for your age, well, then the thing is wrong. It's like Free Jack, where Mick Jagger has the guy come in and put his hand on the truth telling device. And he says, "Are you loyal?" He questions him about some ethical thing. And the man's insulted because he's worked with Mick Jagger this entire time. He says, "I would never do that and betray you. And frankly, I'm insulted you would even ask me that question." And Mick Jagger looks at him and says, "I'm not testing you, Bob. I'm testing the machine," because he knew his friend was telling the truth. Sometimes the machines and the data is wrong. But if you know you're good looking, then you don't have to worry about what 180 and how the algorithm works and did they like, is it neutral? Stuff like that. Nonstop trade $2. I'm not pessimistic, just pragmatic and realistic. Well, I can't stop you there. Trusty Rusty comes in with a clarifying chat. $5. Sorry, we men are supposed to be perfect off the assembly line. Yes, you need to be delivered in a perfect state. Like, don't even bother going and approaching. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. We got stuff to do. Hey, how about we go for a run tomorrow? You go for a run, get some good exercise. How about you have a good meal tomorrow? Okay, don't worry about that. That's fine. That's fine. That's cool. Don't let it get you down. Just okay, I guess I gotta go. You get to go fishing tomorrow. You get to do another day to do whatever you want. Is that nice? God gave you, or nature gave you this life, and we get to spend it however we want. I'm not going to get it pissed. I'm not going to spend it getting pissed off that girls expect Hugh Jackman at 38 years old in his prime, making millions of dollars every time dressed in a tuxedo. That's a them problem, not an Aaron problem. Aaron's problem is, well, do I hike that one or do I hike that one? Am I going to have chicken? Am I going to have steak? Those are the problems I want to deal with right now. All right. Link below. What do I have linked below? The dad you never had. If you need wisdom like that, so you don't end up piss poor and I don't know, a set of boomer parents that need their son to help them out with the mortgage a year before they retire. If you would like to avoid just becoming a normal, worthless American fuck, I'm not saying you're going to be rich and wealthy, but just maybe you enjoy your life a little bit. Maybe you don't make horrific mistakes. Go take the course link below with the dad you never had. Give you a little bit of wisdom there. Maybe all of our decisions age like scotch and better than we look at everyone who made the piss shit decisions. Like, oh, look at that decision. That didn't work out for you. And I would feel bad for you, except you called me really mean names back then. And actually sometimes tried to hurt me because I didn't agree with you. And so now I'm glad you're suffering and in pain. All right. Hang on. Is that it? Oh, one more. Artful clone, $2. Stink life is great. Single, 3 incomes, no kids. All right. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.